After yesterday's fantastic episode, one thing is stuck in my mind. After volunteering to go to the service and be a part of the scouting party, at the first opportunity, she offered to take the wounded Mandalorians who never left the planet back to the ship. At the time, this seemed innocent enough, but the mind can't help but wonder. With everything that went down, is it a coincidence, or is there more to it? Now, this is just a possible theory of what could happen. A part of me thought, let's just turn this into a theory / what if the Armourer is working with Moff Gideon. Maybe she is the spy in the chapter called The Spies. But what are the motivations? What's the actual end goal here? Let's say the Armourer is working with Moff Gideon. Why would she do this? My immediate thought, this is the best way to get rid of all those who can't follow, won't follow the way. It is easier to have a united Mandalore when they all follow the same creed. There is no converting all those who follow Bo-Katan. After all, they see themselves as true Mandalorians who were born on Mandalore. As Axwove said, do these guys even have a drop of Mandalorian blood in them? Bo-Katan comes back with Din, redeemed by the ways of old, and so is Bo. But she is a former ruler of Mandalore. The tales they have heard about her being selfish and straying from the ways, the whole reason Mandalore fell, and all of a sudden, she is stood back in the covert with one of the top figures in the Watch, and redeemed. This is just the beginning. When Bo has a moment, she tells the Armourer that whilst in the living water she spotted a mythosaur. It is worth mentioning that neither believed it existed. A mythosaur marks the beginning of a new age for Mandalore, and who will lead it? The last true ruler, or do they all need to go back to the true one way? Paz's son, Ragnar, is taken by Shriekhawk in one of the previous episodes. Everyone runs out of fuel chasing after the bird. To cut a long story short, it's entirely due to Bo-Katan that they were able to lead the war party, ending with the saving of Ragnar Vizsla. What a name. Bo has not only the undying support of Din, which I just have to quote as into response of them both talking about her doubts that she can hold everyone together because there's so much animosity. Din says, "All I know of this sword is what you taught me. It means nothing to me or my people. What means more to me is honor, and loyalty, and character. These are the reasons I serve you, Lady Kryze. Your song is not yet written, and I will serve you until it is." And if that isn't till death does us apart, so dude, you know what I mean? I don't know what is. Also, Katie Sackhoff, the actress for Bo-Katan, did say, we all need a Mando mommy. If anyone followed my gaming Twitter, I tweeted that Mando mommy without any context, because she said it at the Star Wars Celebration event. With essentially the left and right hand of the Armourer now ready to help Bo whenever needed, she puts a plan in motion, gets her to take her helmet off, and sends her off to unite all Mandalorians. To me, this is the endgame plan when Gideon learns that Navarro was saved by the united band of Mandos. He gets in contact with the Armourer to find out what's going on, setting their plan in motion. The retaking of Mandalore. They split up their forces by scouting party on the surface and settlers and other warriors who weren't willing to be part of the scouting party in orbit, waiting to hear about the Great Forge being secured. Whilst on the surface, they see some Mandalorians who have managed to survive all this time. It looks like they've been through some serious stuff. They have wounded on board, so the Armourer takes them back to the ship. Personally, I thought it'd be best to send someone else, but that is the last time we see the Armourer this episode, which led to this theory. After our band of merry Mandos are forced underground by this giant beast, they encounter the Forge. It is just as grand as you can imagine. I would love to see these lit again. Something to get to know me, for those who don't know me. If there's a game where I can be a blacksmith, you can be damn sure I'm a blacksmith. They are jumped by what looked very similar to me as Gar Saxon's Mandos from Rebels. The only difference here, though, is that these Imperials are wearing Beskar. And man, these dudes are looking clean as hell. I hope we see some more. After a lengthy skirmish, they are on the run. We see lights and actual Imperial base, and all of a sudden the door is shut between them, and what ensues is Din's captured. Bo cuts a way out to escape, and Paz decides to sacrifice himself so that everyone else can get away. It was a brutal death. Some say he could have gotten away by stepping back, but I like to think that he did what he thought was best, and it wasn't good enough for everyone just to get into the next room, but it was his idea to make sure that no one could chase them either. What does this all do for the Armourer? She no longer has to worry about others competing for leadership in Mandalore and her cult. I could be wrong, but the bulk of the scouting party are the Mandalorians who have lost the way. I think it could be possible that she was headed back to the ship to sabotage it further. But in my opinion, this all ends badly. The history nerd in me sees this old divide and conquer trick from Gideon. When it's all said and done, she'll be dealt with. After all, these guys have Beskar armor, which needs a Mandalorian smith to work, or they might even have people or knowledge who can already do it. So what use is a cult leader after everyone has been dealt with? Or maybe after all this time, it was the Armourer who taught them how to use the Beskar. And can we all agree that Moff Gideon with his new outfit looks absolutely awesome? I have no idea how this season is going to end, and for anyone who is just catching this video, don't forget we do watch parties every single Wednesday. I don't watch them the minute they come out because I have 2 jobs, and I always watch them after the second. So if you're around, approximately 2:30 p.m. British summertime, if we could even call a British summertime a thing, I'll see you there. But that's just my thoughts. Spy or no spy? What do you all think? Let me know in the comments, and of course, if you want to see more Star Wars videos, consider subscribing. I'm really wanting to wrap this channel up to the next level. Remember, the Force will be with you. Always.